The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. A group of taxi operators may soon file a petition for a hike in its flag down rate. This as prices of fuel continues to soar. Gerald de la Peña with a story.
Hundreds of taxi units are left idle at the garage of one of the biggest taxi companies in Manila. Some are now broken beyond repair after being left unused during the height of COVID-19 lockdowns. The company has 175 franchised units, but only 40 of these are running at the moment. According to the operators, some drivers didn't bother going back to driving after the lockdowns. Others look for other means of livelihood as high oil prices leave them with reduced take-home pay. Some, like hospes, still push through since they have no choice.
Pag hindi kayo bumibiyahe, binabayaran po namin yung boundary. Opo. Bayad ho yun. Hindi pwede. Pahala na yung kita namin kung magkano matitira.
Taxi operators are planning to file a petition before the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board next week for a 20 peso increase in the existing flag down rate of 40 pesos. This will be a provisional increase, which means the LTFRB can revert it back to the old rate once oil prices go back to normal.
Hingi tayo ng provisional fare increase na meter plus 20. That way, hindi kailangan ng calibration ng metro. That way, hindi rin masyadong masasaktan yung mananakay para ka lang nag-tip sa driver niyan.
However, it doesn't look like oil prices are going down anytime soon. Based on the average trading in the past 4 days, diesel prices could go up next week by 2 pesos per liter, gasoline by almost 30 centavos, and kerosene by 1 peso and 30 centavos. The Energy Department said the reimposition of lockdowns in China failed to abate the rising crude prices due to strong demands elsewhere.
Nakikita talaga natin ay araw-araw umaakyat eh. So, ibig sabihin, yung demand side ay nagsusurge talaga. Malakas pa rin ang demand.
For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, We Are One News.
Taxi operators believe their request for a 20 peso increase in the flag down rate may be approved by the LTFRB before June 30. In an interview with 1PH sa Totoo Lang, Philippine National Taxi Operators Association President Bong Suntay explained that the 20 peso hike they are pushing for does not even factor in the recent oil price hike. Suntay added that taxi drivers are just looking for some sort of remedy, even if it is only a provisional increase. Should their petition be granted, Suntay said that this will help taxi drivers earn an additional 300 pesos per day.
Talagang very minimal ang magiging karagdagan kita ng mga drivers. Pero at least it will help. Kaya nga ang aking suggestion was a provisional fare increase. Then mas madaling i-grant yan. Hindi na kailangan ng tedious na hearing pa niyan.
With the rise in prices of basic goods and commodities, a lawmaker believes that there is a consensus among the government to provide special relief to those affected by the surge. Speaking with the chiefs, Albay Representative Joey Salceda assured the public that the government will be able to provide aid to Filipinos. He said that around 12.4 million families will be given 1,500 pesos amid the rising price of basic commodities. Salceda also noted that there's a 9.4 billion peso budget from the Train 1 law that can be given as unconditional cash transfer to the sectors most affected by the oil price hike.
I think there is a consensus to at least do two things. One, provide relief to the lowest 50%. Number two, to provide a special relief to the three most affected sectors, farmer, fisher, lalo na fisher folks. Handa na po ito ibigay doon sa tatlong special sectors. Pero syempre in the long term, we really have to approach this more structurally.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The optional face mask mandate will remain for now. That's despite the DILG's call for the Cebu local government to rectify their policy. JC Cosico with the details.
Cebu City Governor Gwendolyn Garcia stood by her order of making face masks optional in the province's open spaces. This despite the 3-day ultimatum given by the Interior Department for Cebu local officials to rectify such ordinance and make it consistent with national policies.
The best way to go would have been to let it go. Let it go. After all, in a few days' time, you'll have to let go, whether you like it or not. But no, we are continually being threatened.
Garcia and Cebu legal consultant attorney Rory John Sepulveda maintained that the DILG has no power to stop them from implementing the East Face Mask Ordinance. They said Executive Order 151 is not a law. Hence, it cannot be used to support the claim that the ordinance is invalid.
All of our actions are supported by clear law passed by Congress. The local government code is the enabling law of the constitutional mandate of local autonomy.
Garcia likewise pointed out that Interior Secretary Eduardo Año and PNP OIC Vicente Danao Jr., both of whom have given orders that the national mask mandate be enforced, had been pictured not wearing masks in air-conditioned rooms. Garcia also slammed the debate on optional mask-wearing order. This despite other pressing issues such as soaring prices of fuel products. With this, she says it's time to rationalize the use of face masks.
What would have been the use of all of these vaccines? And further, what have we learned from COVID-19? Is this a continuing, evolving thing?
Despite her push, the health department remains firm as well on their stand on the face mask mandate.
May pruweba, may patunay na talaga ang masking napakamahalaga sa ibabaw ng ating patuloy na bakunahan. Huwag po natin isang tabi ang minimum public health standards. Maliit na aberya ito.
For the DILG Sport, Año said they're consulting with their team as to what legal actions they can pursue against Garcia should she continue to defy the national government's face mask mandate. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
Meanwhile, Cebu City will continue to enforce the wearing of face masks. Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama explained that Cebu City is highly urbanized and that all passengers end up in the city, hence the need for face masks. Rama, though, pointed out that Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia's mandate cannot be disregarded since the local autonomy is constitutionally protected. With this, Rama said that they are hoping for full autonomy in the next administration.
We would wish yung full autonomy kasi marami pang hindi na-devolve. Dapat you have already the full autonomy, it would be better for the national government because we in the local government unit, we know better our terrain.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. One political analyst says the cabinet appointment of former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile signals the end of the EDSA movement. The De La Salle Lady Spikers are back in the UAAP Women's Volleyball Finals. They'll be facing the still unbeaten NU Lady Bulldogs for the season's crown. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors claimed the title in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.